Hello, my dear students and viewers. Welcome to my channel, Scorpio class. In this video, we are going to discuss class 9, the Happy Prince chapters, question and answers. So this video is going to be very informative for you all. So stay tuned till end and do not miss any part of it. And if you want the summary of this chapter, you can just click the I button above and look at the entire summary of the chapter and understand it. So now let's get started with the question and answer session. But before that, if you are new to my channel and watching my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of all the upcoming videos. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have textbook questions. Question number 1. Why do the courtiers call the prince the happy prince? Is he really happy? What does he see all around him? Answer. He was a prince when he was alive. Being a prince, he never knew sorrow and suffering. So the courtiers called him the happy prince. But he was not happy in the real sense, as his heart could feel the misery of needy people. He saw the miserable conditions of people around him. Okay, so the question is, why do the courtiers call the princess the happy prince? And was he really happy? What does he see all around him? So when you look at the summary of the chapter, you will understand it. So let's see the small answer over here. Yes, the prince was called as happy prince by the courtiers as he was very happy, led a very luxurious life when he was alive. But now, after being as a statue, he is not really happy. He is sad. Why? Because he never knew what is sorrow and suffering earlier when he was alive, but now he could see all the miseries of the people of his city. So, this miserable conditions of people around him made him feel sad. And these are all the things which he sees all around him. That is the miseries and the sad condition, sad situation of the people. So this is the answer for the first one. Now moving to the second question. Why does the happy prince send a ruby for the seamstress? What does the swallow do in the seamstress house? Okay, so as you know, Happy Prince wanted to help the poor and needy, so he took the help of Swallow Bird. And it requested the swallow bird to pluck out each of its ornaments or the jewels or the precious stones which were instilled in its statue. So one of it was a ruby which was sent to a seamstress. So why does the happy prince send it to a seamstress? And what does swallow do after going to the seamstress's house? So answer. The seamstress was tired due to overwork. She was so poor that she could not buy oranges for her little sick son. Her son was thirsty. The happy prince saw the poor lady and her son. He felt pity on them. So he sent a ruby for her. The swallow came to the poor woman's house and laid the ruby on the table beside her. The bird fanned the boy's forehead with his wings and flew back to the happy prince. Okay, so the answer is the seamstress was tired due to overwork and she was very poor, could not take care of the sick son. The son was asking for the oranges, but she could not afford to get him one, and the son was also thirsty. And all this condition was seen by Happy Prince, and he felt pity on them. So he wanted to help by sending a ruby for her. So yes, the swallow did help by giving the poor woman the ruby by laying it down on the table besides her, and it also fanned the boy's forehead with its wing and then flew back happily to the happy prince. So this is what the swallow did after going to the seamstress house. I hope the answer is clear. Now moving to next question. Question number 3. For whom does the prince send the sapphires and why? So, as in the story, as in the summary, if you see, there were two sapphires which were in the body or as which were used as an eye of Happy Prince, but those were given away. To whom were those given away? So, answer is the playwright was very poor. He was incapable of buying food and firewood. The prince sent the sapphires for the playwright so that he could finish a play for the director of the theater in time. The princess sent his second sapphire to a poor match girl. Her matches had fallen into the gutter. She was afraid that her father would beat her for this loss. So she was helped by the prince by sending her the second sapphire. Okay, so the two sapphires which were used or put up as an eyes of the prince were given away. One was given to a playwright who was very poor. He had no fire and food, so it was sent to the playwright so that he could finish his play for the director for whom he was writing, and it would be submitted on time. And the second was sent to the poor match girl who had fallen all her matches into the gutter, and she was afraid that if she goes home, the father would beat her for this loss. So even she was helped by sending the second sapphire of the prince. So this is how both the sapphires were given away. Next question. What does the swallow see when it was flying over the city? Okay, so answer. The swallow saw all categories of people. He found the rich making merry in their beautiful houses and beggars begging sitting at the gates. He also saw a group of wandering children who were poverty stricken. Okay, so when the swallow was asked to just move around the city and give him all the information, like give the information to the prince, so what all did he see after flying over the city? So the answer is yes, swallow did so all the categories of people. The rich who were making merry, happy, were very happy and enjoying and having feast in their beautiful houses, whereas the beggars were begging, were sitting at the gates, and also he saw a group of wandering children who were moving from one place to another, who were poverty stricken, means they had no means of any earnings nor any shelter, home, or food. They were hungry. Okay, so this all was seen by the swallow while it was flying over the city. Next question. Why did the swallow not leave the prince and go to Egypt? So, what is the reason that Swallow did not leave the prince and decided to stay back instead of going to the Egypt with to his friends? So, answer. At first, the swallow was willing to go to Egypt just after discharging his duty properly. But when he saw Prince's activities of charity and kindness, he got impressed. On the other hand, now the happy prince had become totally blind due to the deeds of charity. In this condition, he could not leave the prince helpless. He left the idea of going to Egypt and decided to serve the prince. Okay, so as we saw in the summary, we have read it in the summary that Swallow was willing to go to Egypt at first after discharging his duty properly, but when he saw Prince's activities of charity and kindness, he got impressed with it, how well it wanted to help each and every poor people of a city. So it helped, and on the other hand, Happy Prince had become totally blind now because of the deeds of the charity. The prince had given away its both of the sapphires, which were used as eyes on a statue, to the poor people. So now it could not see anything of the city. So in this condition, leaving the prince blind, the bird decided not to live, and because the prince was helpless now. So he left this idea of going to Egypt and decided that it would stay back with Prince and serve him forever. So this was the reason that the swallow did not leave the prince. Next, what are the precious things mentioned in the story? Why are they precious? Again, answer is the leaden heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow are the two precious things mentioned in the story. They are precious as they did various deeds for the welfare of people and sacrificed their lives for the sake of others. Right? If you have been through the summary video, you would have got the answer that yes, the two precious things mentioned in the story are the laden heart of the happy prince and the dead swallow, because they unconditionally helped each other. They did various deeds for the welfare of the people and even sacrificed their lives for sake of each other. So these were the two precious things. Okay, we come to an end I hope the video was informative. And if you like the video, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. I'll be back soon with more such new videos. Thank you.